All right, real quick, I've been getting questions about the HDR experience and performance of the Hisense H9G. Now, I can't show the movies because of copyright infringement laws and rules, so I can just describe what I've seen. But essentially, the HDR on this TV is incredible, very vibrant, very vivid, very punching. It pops very well. Now, unfortunately, Hisense in their algorithm as far as local dimming goes isn't the best. So what they do is they try to brighten every single object on the screen that is lit up. So this becomes a problem when you run into campfire scenes or really tiny highlights that need to be lit up. The algorithm will just hone in on that and try to brighten it up, and it becomes very problematic for the Hisense. Now, it's not a problem if you have a light on, and as you guys can see, I have my lamp on in the back. You can see it in the TV back here. So again, it's not terrible for reflections either, and that's just as honest as it can get. I know a lot of people are worried about reflections and stuff like that. It's a non-issue, really. I mean, the camera is picking it up way better than what I can see with my naked eye, so take that with a grain of salt if you must. But essentially, the HDR experience on this TV, as far as movies are concerned, is absolutely exceptional. To illustrate that, I'm going to try to show you a little bit in pieces here. So here we have a nice highlight popping off of the shield of Wonder Woman. Black levels are very deep, very rich, very inky. It looks absolutely marvelous. And I'm just like, as I go through the scene, I'm just like kind of watching it and enjoying it at the same time as I'm doing this kind of, not necessarily review, but just kind of like informational piece for you guys. And yeah, so let's just keep it going. Now, in scenes like this, it becomes really clear that the Hisense is great with motion, so like slow motion stuff like this looks absolutely incredible. Another thing I want to draw your attention to, guys, is when you go into the menu options and you go into, I can't remember what it is right now. I don't think it's actually menu options so much as just like, there it is, when the TV refreshes, there you go. So you can see like it goes to 24 hertz, which is just insane. So I'm going to cancel back out and it should show me 24 hertz, man. That's so cool because most TVs just kind of default to the 60 hertz instead of giving you the proper refresh rate for movies. Again, just making Hisense just really a little bit better than the options that we have on the market for movie watching. Now, as the fighting keeps breaking out in the movie, I'm noticing just incredible contrast on things like her lasso here. Very, very tight contrast. It's very impressive, and with the brightness behind this TV, it just feels great. And again, keep in mind my lamp is on in the back here, and you can see it a little bit as I get closer, but as I move farther away, it does get a little harder to see, though I don't want to go too far away from the TV because this is the focus here. But it's not, again, as noticeable as before, but essentially, guys, the Hisense is like the Samsung Q8FN in one particular way that I'm noticing with HDR, and that is it makes me rethink the way I believe HDR can perform, and seeing the way that they've changed HDR has really made me happy. There are separate picture modes now for HDR, so you can go in and have your own dedicated HDR modes without having to sacrifice or throw away a picture mode, and I am so glad that finally a manufacturer gets it. But that's all for now, guys. I can't really show too much. It's killing me, it really is, because I would love to just let this whole scene play out, but I've done that before, and the video is literally blocked worldwide, and I cannot get it to go up. So regardless of all the copyright rules, I hope you guys understand. I know a lot of people always ask, hey, Quantum, why do you always show us cartoons or video games or cartoony video games complaining about things they don't understand? The reality is copyright infringement laws are not playing with anybody, and I'm not going to get my channel shut down because you want to see a TV. So that's just as real as it gets. And to that token, I can safely say that this is an awesome experience. You guys have questions, ask them down below. And if you guys have questions about HDR gaming and stuff like that, that stuff's coming up too, but just ask your questions below and I'll do what I can to help you guys out. And also, just a little special note for those saying that the only reason I'm talking so positively about the Hisense is because I plan on, I don't know, returning things like my Sony A8G. I've had my A8G for 6 months and all of my other high-end TVs as well. I'm not too poor to afford any TV that I want. It's literally just a choice to buy a great TV, and the Hisense is just that. So I hope you guys not only get the message with this information, but also understand that I'm doing it out of a place of trying to just help you out and shift through all of the lies in the industry and people who are just divisive. And honestly speaking, this TV really is surprising. I don't expect it to be so good because it's well balanced, I would say. It has its flaws and its deal breakers, and we'll talk about the deal breakers because it's not a TV for everyone for sure. But it also is a strong TV. So again, just ask your questions down below and I'll help you guys out. Thanks so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.